Hey guys, happy Feeling Fab Friday. Coming to you live right now to discuss about digestion. You guys voted and had an overwhelming response that you all wanted to talk about digestion. I'm just trying to set up my little tripod here so it doesn't fall down. So here's the deal with digestion. There's a lot of things that obviously contribute to digestion, and whether you have an easy time or a hard time with it. Some of these things can be components that you've been struggling with for a long time, some of you even from birth with certain issues, and some of them are things that happen along the way as you get exposed to certain things, stress, etc. So one of the biggest things, digestion is a whole process, obviously, from when you chew the food and the saliva starts igniting and you're actually tasting the food and taking the time to let the enzymes and things start to work in your mouth, to when you swallow, it enters into your stomach and then it moves through your entire digestive system. So stomach acid probably has the first biggest job to help you break down the food that you eat, and also to kill off pathogens and things that come in as your first line of defense is your stomach acid. So there's lots of reasons why you can get your stomach acid just starts decreasing, and or overproduction of it, and all those things can kind of contribute to an imbalance with digestion, leading to bloating, leading to reflux, GERD, all that stuff that can really make digestion super uncomfortable. So the first thing that you need for building blocks for digestion is sodium, and sodium is really used by the digestive system. There's some other minerals that come into play as well, but sodium particularly really helps with the production of stomach acid. So when you don't have enough of it, it really can cause that problem. Now, the other thing that uses sodium a lot are your adrenals. Aldosterone particularly uses sodium to help it in production. So when you're in stress, the stomach acid levels can change because a lot of that sodium is being used for aldosterone, and the stomach acid kind of becomes the first thing to suffer. And the reason why is because your body just thinks, you know what, I'm not going to be digesting huge meals right now. I need to be utilizing this sodium to help my adrenals respond to this stressor. And that's what it was designed to do, because it didn't really have a period of time where a lot of food was available in severe times of stress. So when we go through stressful periods in our life, like things that the body doesn't understand, we still have food available to us, even though we're going through divorce, or we're going through custody issues, or we're going through tax season, or we're going through relationship struggles, or a sick family member, or job loss, or financial struggle, whatever. The body doesn't understand that food is still readily available and you're going to be digesting it. So when you continue to put that food in and the stomach acid isn't there to help you digest, you begin to have a problem. So a lot of people will jump right to giving you hydrochloric acid to help you digest and, to boost that stomach acid. And I say, whoa, hold your horses. Anytime we're dealing with anything with the body is super smart, and it knows what to do when it has the right components available to it. So instead of just rushing and supplementing with something like HCl, which can actually cause more damage, or if you have an infection like H. pylori, push it deeper in, or things like that, we need to start to get the body to try to produce its own stomach acid. Now, HCl can be beneficial for a period of time, but I often don't recommend it to my clients until I know what's going on in their GI tract. So if they have issues with stomach acid, we do everything we can in the beginning to give more sodium, to test their minerals, to find out what's going on, to help their body produce its own stomach acid. We can do things like apple cider vinegar, things like that, just to kind of be a stimulator for that stomach acid versus dumping a ton of HCl in there. The other thing is, when you do a GI map, if you're doing that, if you're at the point where your digestive system is really struggling, you want to know more, we have to look exactly what's going on, and the testing just does not lie. And what can happen is H. pylori can show up first, and then another severe parasite behind it is called Blastose hominis, and sometimes it can hide on the first GI map, but by dumping a bunch of HCl in, it's not going to help that situation. So we want to really just start to look at each thing as a whole and start to address it. So I have my clients who have H. pylori. We do an H. pylori protocol that's been 100% successful with all my clients who have H. pylori to get rid of it. And then we can start to address the stomach acid issue after that. So again, you want to just be mindful before you just dump something in. The other thing I want to talk about is digestive enzymes. This is something other people will kind of jump to put you on to solve digestive issues. And I again say, hold on, let's not dump digestive enzymes in yet. Because what happens if you do that for too long, your body stops making its own enzymes because it's relying on a supplement. And we don't want that. We want your body making its own enzymes. Now, there's certain people who are, have a lot of serious issues, have had their gallbladder removed or have had certain issues or attacks on their digestive system who need digestive enzymes medically. That's different. I'm talking about people who have digestive issues who jump to digestive enzymes before really trying to repair the digestive system on its own. So I always go for bitters first, digestive bitters, and those really can increase the digestive fire. They can assist the bile flow of the gallbladder and the liver and everything in your digestive system without relying on the digestive enzymes and becoming dependent on them. So my favorite two brands of digestive enzymes are Urban Moonshine Bitters if you're in the United States, or Canadian Bitters by St. Francis Herb Farm if you're in Canada. Now I do have a lot of my US clients get the Canadian Bitters online, have them shipped to them because they're just that good. They're my favorite, honestly, and I would start with digestive bitters before you start to mess with enzymes, in my opinion. So some other things you can do to kind of assist the digestive process would be making sure you have enough fiber. I'm a fan of psyllium husk powder. I really encourage a lot of my clients to try that. Make sure you get the powder, not just the psyllium husks, because those can be a little bit too rough on the system. Again, if you have major GI issues and we need to test and figure out what's going on the GI map, dumping a bunch of fiber in might actually exacerbate the problem. But for someone who's just having some general issues with constipation or issues with digestion, or you have a lot of excess estrogen, psyllium husk powder and that fiber can be a great addition to keep things moving and keep your digestive system clean. Let's see. What else do I want to talk about? I want to talk about enemas. So there's lots of different conflicting info on this. I think a good old enema can be beneficial, especially when you're doing any sort of detox program to help assist the body to pump up the glutathione and push stuff out of your body. I also recommend it to people who've been constipated for a while, who are having issues, to try doing an enema. So if you're afraid of doing like a coffee enema, which can be kind of intense for the system at first, you can do just a water enema and just see how that feels. So I recommend enema kits that are not plastic because, again, we don't want to be putting more plastic particles in our body than we already are exposed to all the time. So if you can, find a tin one or a glass one or something like that, which Amazon does have. So I do like enemas. I think they're beneficial. Every once in a while, I do a digestive reboot on myself because I just do it once a year. I'm going to have an opportunity coming up for you guys to join on my Sozo Summer Detox, which is going to be in August and at the end of August, as an opportunity to detox from the summer and prepare for the fall. And the digestive reboot, it can be a part of that. And some of you purchased that when you purchased the upgrade from the Do You Love Your Guts Summit. And I would really encourage you to try it. It's really powerful. It does a really great job. If you're still having issues after doing that digestive reboot protocol, then we need to really do a GI map and see what other infections and serious things are hiding in there that we need to address. But the digestive reboot protocol does a great job of really just cleaning out even some parasites that could be in there, some pathogens, and just kind of any overgrowth of bacteria or yeast. It does a great gentle job of doing that and just getting dampness and that sort of stuff out of your digestive system, as well as gently stimulating the liver and the bile. So I'm a fan of it. Obviously, because I do it every year, and it's something that I included in that upgrade package. So if you got that, I want you to take advantage of that. If you're watching this and you're like, what the heck are you talking about? I missed the boat. I will offer a one-time offer for you guys today. If you want to pay the VIP price of $37, which is highly reasonable, you can get the digestive reboot information of what the protocol is, what the recommendations are, and I encourage you to do it for 60 days and really give your body a chance to reboot digestively. So if you want that, I'm going to put the link in the profile after this live, and you can snag it. And I'm only going to leave it up for 24 hours, and after that it's going to close and it's going away forever because the summit is way over, and I gave everybody lots of opportunities to get that while the Do You Love Your Guts series was running. So I'll offer you that today as a special. And let's see, does anybody watching live have any questions that you have about your digestive system? I think I kind of gave you the gist of like some of the key components that you need to be working properly. If you have constipation, this can be a huge issue, and you want to make sure that you're getting things out on a regular basis. I often don't recommend magnesium citrate because it's not bioavailable. Citrates in general, guys, if you're taking any citrate supplements, just throw them in the trash, because honestly they don't really do a good job. They're not being carried into the cell. The magnesium needs a lot to be carried into the cell properly, and first of all we have to be working with a really bioavailable magnesium, and we have to have proper levels of boron and B6 to assist with that. So if you're just taking magnesium citrate, I think it's a waste of your money, and it's really just wreaking havoc on your digestive system. But I think that if you have major constipation and you need to poop, taking a bunch of magnesium citrate will do the job. It will definitely help you. So if you're in a situation where you've been constipated for a while, and this is not something I want you to do all the time, because we got to figure out why you're constipated in the first place. And a lot of that can go with SIBO and all these other gut infections that we really need to do a test for and figure out what the heck is going on. But in the meantime, magnesium citrate can kind of give you some relief, along with the enemas, aloe vera juice, those type of things to really help. One of my new favorite products is from oh my gosh, why can't I think of it? It's the same company of the probiotic that I love, Megaspore. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I can't remember. Anyway, it's called Mega Mucosa, and it's a great supplement that really helps build back the lining and of the stomach, especially when it's been through a really brutal attack on it. And so it's something I really use for my clients after we're done the H. pylori protocol, or any of the bacterial protocols, or any of the Blastos hominis protocols, or anything serious antibacterial that we're really doing a lot in to kind of soothe and reseal the gut after. So I'm a huge fan of that. It's also great for kids. I give it to my daughter, really just to help assist with her gut lining, really making sure it's solid, not leading to leaky gut or any of those issues. So these are all things that you can try and just start to add in and see how you feel. But again, if you're not having relief and you've got bigger issues, we've got to do a GI map and find out what the heck is going on. And I would also say hair minerals analysis could be very beneficial to understanding what's going on with your gut and give your body what it needs to produce its own stomach acid and get rid of some gut infections. Because if you've got copper toxicity, your gut is a breeding ground for yeast overgrowth, candida, any of those things, or parasite and infections. So if we just keep doing the GI map and I give you the protocol and you clean it out and we get rid of it, if you don't solve the copper toxicity, it's going to come back because it's just prevalent, and it might take a little time, but it will overgrow again. So we want to look at root issues, and in my mind, doing a GI map and a hair mineral analysis test are two of the best tests you can do. Figure out what's going on with your gut and figure out what's going on with your body. So one of my questions is, would someone without a gallbladder benefit from bitters? Yeah, absolutely. It could still help. Now, I do think that enzymes could probably be beneficial for you if you've already had your gallbladder removed. You might want to look into the Now brand of super enzymes, I think it's called. There's some better brands out there as well, but that's just the one that I have on the top of my head. But I would try the bitters first. Always try bitters first, always. And then if those don't work, then we can move on to digestive enzymes and deeper stuff. But I would try bitters first. So thank you for that question, AK Adventure Lover. I'm glad you're here. Is that, I thought it was it's your husband. I have him on those already. You have him on the super enzymes already, and it's not doing anything for him. Just kind of answer me that. Yeah, so if you've tried the super enzymes and those aren't doing anything, have you done any other testing with him? Because not having a gallbladder can definitely contribute to other things that go on with bile. Yeah, so I would try the bitters, try the Canadian bitters, those ones are great. And then you could try some sort of, chicory root tea or beetroot juice. All those things can kind of assist with bile flow, and especially if you don't have a gallbladder. Try that as well. I'm not quite sure what his issues are, but I would look into some of those things. I obviously can't give people like prescriptions or protocols on Instagram because I don't know what your individual situation is, but those are all things you can kind of look into him, into. Yeah, I don't know his specific situation, love, so I can't really, it's Dana. Okay. Hi, Dana. Sorry, I didn't know this was you. Yeah, so let's talk about that. You're in my program, so we can talk about that in the Facebook group. So if you want to write this question for me in our Get Your Body Back group, Facebook group, I will kind of give you some more ideas of what we can do for him to kind of help because you're working with me. So yeah, so that's pretty much all I have for you guys about digestion. And I would just encourage you to look into some of this stuff. And if you want to go a little deeper and you want to do a GI map, I would love to help you with that. And we can really, I've had great success with people running the GI map, boosting their secretory IgA, getting rid of infections and cleaning it up. And now that I'm doing hair mineral analysis on top of that, I'm finding people really having long lasting results, which is awesome. So thanks for tuning in to Feeling Fab Friday. And if you have any questions, you can just reply to this video and ask me. I'll do my best. Again, I can't give people specific advice over Instagram, but I can definitely kind of coach you of what to look into and that sort of stuff. So I will post the link for the digestive reset. If you didn't snag that when it was going on with the Do You Love Your Guts, I encourage you to grab it today because it's going away forever. All right. Have a great rest of your Friday. I'll see you next week. Bye.